I'm your host, Adrienne Peck-Souza, registered dietitian, certified eating disorder specialist, and owner of I Live Well Nutrition. And I kind of have my hands up because we're at the office today. So today's nutrition checkup, and every Friday we're going to do this a nutrition checkup. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out and definitely leave a ton of those hearts, because that's how people can follow us back, and we continue to build our following and really help people around the world and country to really help them build that healthy body. So one of the questions I get a lot in the office is, oh my gosh, if I eat fat, am I going to gain weight? I can't eat fat. I can't. It's just going to make me gain weight. Well, let's kind of think about it. When we think of the word fat, what comes to mind? What kind of foods come to mind? We've got avocados, butter, any nuts and seeds and olives and olive oil. So what I like to think about is kind of how to simplify that. So fat to me adds flavor. So salad dressing adds flavor. Butter is so great, it adds flavor. So when we think of things, okay, is this a carbohydrate, a protein, a fat? We got to step back and think, does it add flavor? So in your sandwich, am I going to have some mayonnaise on it? That adds flavor. So that's one way to kind of think about, is this a fat? So when I eat one of those, what actually happens to my body? When I eat avocados, when I eat olives, what happens in my body? So I'm going to reach behind you real quick because I made some slides with my super high tech. Someday I'll get a little bit better with all the high tech stuff. So when we think about it, we eat fat, and where does it go in our body? It has a lot of different functions, and it truly is amazing. So fat, and what I like to tell my clients is fat makes us happy. So all of our neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, there's a lot more, travel through fat. All of our hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, all of those travel through fat. So without getting enough fat in, we're not as happy, or our hormones aren't functioning appropriately. So that's a huge important part of it. Some really interesting fun facts is back in the late 90s, early 2000s, we saw this, or probably late 80s, early 90s, we saw this huge push for low-fat foods. And what we started to see in the medical side is this amazing jump in depression medication. So there's this correlation, not necessarily causality, but correlation. When we don't get enough fat coming in, we tend not to be as happy. So truly, fat makes a huge difference. There's some great research that shows that omega-3s make a ginormous effect on depression. Holla, love some omega-3s. So the other piece that fat is so important for our body is every single cell in your body is made of fat. So my super technical drawing. So if this is a cell, woohoo! Yes, some cells are circular, some cells are not. They are covered, so the little outside layer is called your phospholipid bilayer. Lipid means fat. So this is all the little fat. So we want to make sure that every single cell in your body is getting enough fat for it to function. So if we're not getting enough fat, womp, 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 these little parts start to separate. And that's when we get damage, oxidative damage, all this horrible, awful stuff. So fat helps our mood, it helps our hormones, and it helps every single cell in your body. Oh my goodness, holy bananas. We totally need to make sure that we're getting enough fat. So when you think about your day today, think about, okay, where is the flavor coming from? Am I getting some great flavor? And of course, there's always two sides to every story. So we have these really delicious, amazing fats, avocado, almonds, walnuts, olive oil. Then we also have the saturated fats, which I think, and keep posted, I think we're going to start to see some pretty cool stuff coming out of saturated fats. I think the research is starting to evolve more and more and more, that we're going to see that saturated fats aren't as bad as we think. So stay tuned as research comes out. But that's where fat gets the bad name, is from fried foods and all of that. So be mindful, and there's no such thing as bad food. There's no good, bad, right, wrong. All food truly does. Looks like I froze. I had a phone call coming in. I need to make sure I put this on pause or do not disturb. So we will come back to how there's those saturated fats and unsaturated fats. So I think it's where we are now in research is that we don't know yet. I think that there's some great evidence, and I think there's a great place for saturated fats, and who doesn't love fried pickles? Whew. We just need to find that balance. So I wouldn't say have fried pickles every day, but if they're there every so often, it won't be the worst thing in the world. So thank you guys so much for coming on our Friday morning nutrition checkup, and don't hesitate to leave us tons of hearts and tune in every day around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, and we're going to do quick nutrition tips. Don't forget to follow us and share this I'm going to call it a podcast. Share this Periscope with friends so that we can get more and more people asking those nutrition questions of what do we do with this food and how do we take care of our body? So leave your questions and comments, and please follow, and lots of hearts. Well, thank you guys. Have a fabulous weekend, and I will check in with you guys later. Bye.